Hi everybody, it's Amy at Crafty Cat, and I was going to do a little craft with me today. I need to make some cards, so I thought I'd go ahead and turn on my camera and do it that way. I'm going to move these out of the way for right now. You're going to see two vastly different styles. I am not like a lot of people who have just one specific style. I mean, vintage definitely is my thing. I don't always love things that aren't vintage, but I like stuff from Stampin' Up! And stuff like that, but mostly I tend to go towards the vintage. So you will usually always see that, but you're just going to see two totally different things. So the first thing is I used this Artisan Style collection from Graphic 45. I used this side of the paper, and I am going to do kind of a Victorian Valentine. So I cut this piece of it's just cream colored paper that I've inked already. It's 6, so it would be 12 by 6, 12 by 6, so just basically, you know, one cut in half. And then I cut the Graphic 45 paper, and I have a punch that does these fancy little corners, so you could either just round them if you don't have, you know, one of those, or use a different one just to kind of give it that look. And then I just took some gold ink, and it was just a gold ink pad that I have, and I just, you know, went around the edges. So that's that, and I'm going to put that down if I could. My glue's right in front of me. I have my reading glasses on. So I can't see anything that's any distance from me, but otherwise I can't see anything close. So as I'm sure some of you probably know, you turn 40 and I don't know what happens, but it's not good. So it just seems like it's been one thing after another since I turned 40. Fun stuff. Anyway, so I have exciting news. My wonderful niece is getting married. I'm so happy. I mean, it probably won't be till 2020, but just happy for her. Her fiance is a very nice young man, and so we are all very pleased. She came to visit us this weekend and told us the happy news, so that was super fun to hang out with them a bit and chat about all that. I can't believe she's, I mean, I know she's old enough to get married, but it's just so funny when you watch kids grow up and they get married, and I don't know, it's just kind of crazy to think about, but yeah. So that was super awesome. Very happy for her. Then I got the corner all dirty. I don't know what I had. It must have been ink or something on my fingers. I got one of these funky rubber erasers that will take off some of this schmutzy stuff if you get it on there. I might have to wait till it dries all the way. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And then I have a coffee stained doily, and I just took a punch that I have with these little hearts all the way around, and I punched it out because I wanted the circle, but I wanted it to be even. I was afraid if I started cutting it'd be bad. So I just punched it out with a circle, but you could use any circle punch. You know what I think I'm actually gonna do, because I want some dimension there. So I'm going to get some dimensionals. I just have these little square ones that I get at Joann's. They have like a little spot where you can get that, you know, these kind of things. I'm going to do this one first. So sorry. This is a gold doily, and it was, you know, had more around the edge, and I just snipped all that so that I had that middle piece. So that's all you have to do for that. And I'm just going to put this around. This I'm just going to use glue because I want it flat in the back. I got myself out of order, which isn't hard to do. But yeah, I know most people that are artistic, it seems like they have a specific style, and I've always just kind of been all over the place. I don't know, there's so many things that I like. But like I said, I usually do tend towards the more vintage look than anything else. I'll put some of those dimensionals, and you might sort of be able to see these, but I'm kind of going for that whole Victorian Valentine or card look that they did, where it was like layers. They were just so beautiful and fancy that I thought I would attempt, and who knows, but hopefully we'll succeed at making something pretty like they did. They were very good at that. You know, we have all this technology and everything kind of seems cookie cutter, and you know, I really feel like the old artists were truly artists, or the people that made cards and things like that, something that we don't think about today because everything's just like printed off on some computer or something. So I think we kind of take that for granted. Imagine having to make all this stuff by hand all the time. And I guess that would give a lot of us jobs, but which would be nice. But you know, because now people want stuff that others make, but nobody wants to pay for it, so that's always hard. And I've been very fortunate with my Etsy. People have been very kind and generous about understanding that, you know, all this stuff takes time. It's not like something that we can throw together. Even just the planning of some of it takes a lot of time. It's not just like a little 10-minute thing. I mean, it might end up being that when we come on video, but there's a lot of time that goes into especially like junk journals and things like that. Well, and a lot of other art forms. I'm not just saying junk journals. But so it's nice when people buy your work and are pleased, because you know, it's just nice because you do put a lot of effort into it. So I really appreciate it, and I've been very fortunate here on YouTube with wonderful comments and just super nice people. So, but I know it can be hard when you see handmade items. You know, you don't always want to pay the price, but you just got to remember that handmade is a whole lot different than the stuff that we buy that's mass produced by machines and things. I didn't get that one yet. Got little glue stuck on my thumb. It's kind of always a thing. Sorry, this is tedious, fiddly. Okay, I got back around to the beginning. I'm not liking the way this is curling, and I think part of it's just because the glue is still wet, but I think I'm just going to put some little dots just so that those will lay down a little bit better. I just don't like the way that was looking. I thought it would be fine, but it's bothering me. It was funny, I sold that Asian themed journal. I loved that journal. It was a fun one to make. But I felt really bad because then I had a lady comment that it wasn't Japanese, it was Chinese, and I was like, oh my goodness, I thought I looked, and I really did try with that not to mess that up, but I just really don't know. I just have always loved the Asian writing and all of that, and so I felt kind of bad, but I don't know, you know. And I wasn't trying to not give credit where credit was due, but I kind of did, I guess. Oh, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing today, but I'm having a hard time. I'm going all out of order. I need to put the wedding couple here first because they're going to go behind that doily. So, yeah. So I am going to put them on dimensionals as well. I just really want to get that dimensional look. So... yeah, so I meant no offense to anyone if I did offend anyone with that, because that's not what I was doing. I really do love all of it, so I don't know much about it. I've never like had, you know, a class on any of that writing or anything like that, so it's just beautiful. And I hope the lady who purchased it from me likes it, because that was a super fun one to make. So many people's stuff went into that. Now I can put this on. Alright, so I gotta figure out how exactly. You know what, they're gonna have to move down a little bit. I had it all figured out, but then of course when you go to put it on, you know, on camera, it doesn't ever work the way you had planned. So I'm just trying to get these off as best I can without messing up everything. Okay, so I'm just going to leave those there where they are. And I need to figure out, sorry, this is a really great thing, but it's more of a craft with me really because I'm just kind of playing around because I'm not sure exactly how I want to do it, so I apologize. I kind of had it laid out, but that's different than when you go try to stick it down. They needed to move down a little bit. So these are just Tim Holtz paper dolls that I cut the feet off, and I did add a little pink like on her cheeks and just a little bit here and there in the flowers to kind of give it some, you know, like there's the color. And then I inked around the edges of those as well. With their legs, they were way too tall. And then we're just going to come in, and this is going to be tricky to try to get it on here just right. I think they still need to come down a little bit more. Sorry. Probably not going to get it off again. That was a real great one there. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble figuring out where this needs to go. I guess I should have put it on first. They need to go down quite a bit, like all the way down. And I messed up that doily right there, of course. Way down, like probably here. That's not going to work with that back there. Sorry, I'm probably mumbling and you're probably ready to choke me. I apologize. I should have like measured that, but of course I just flew by the seat of my pants there. So now I think I've got it. Yes, much better. He's still a little bit. There we go. All right, so basically what you're trying to do is get them, you know, in the center so that like their head's not covered by the doily, and that's where I was struggling with that to give it dimension. See, that just goes to show you how complicated some of this stuff can be, and what a great job they used to do on it. It's amazing. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these are just fussy cut, they called it Victorian scrap, and they used these quite often in Victorian, you know, cards and things like that. And I went around the edges of that with a little ink and a little gold, and I'm going to put this one down here at the bottom. My advice would be definitely to, you know, measure and stuff. You'll have more time though and be able to do it however you want to. I need to grab my ink. Thought I had those all inked, but I didn't. So let's see, I think this one I wanted up here with the doves. Just like that. And then, see, I just have these little cheesy, I think I just got them on Amazon, but I like having little ones of these around just to do stuff like this with, so I don't need big, fancy, expensive, because I don't use like gold all that often, but I like to just have some little ones around. There's that. I'm going to let it dry for just a second. I'll put those doves on at the top. And again, these are just fussy cut Victorian scrap that I found. And this is one of those Victorian hands, and you'll see this a lot, like holding flowers or a little note or those kind of things. They're pretty common in a lot of the images then. That there. And then this was just like a little note, and I believe I got this from the Graphic 45, the paper dolls. It was in that. So I'm going to put that over on this side. So see, that's a cute little wedding card. It's not centered, so if you do it, do a better job than I did on that part, but I'm just trying to like give you guys the idea and not make you totally crazy with, you know, the details when I'm trying to do these. Hopefully these ones will go smoother. These are using those paper art dolls that I showed the other day, and this is the lady's Etsy. I'm not sure. It's It Kupili, I don't know, and it's Imaginarium. But yeah, I'll put the link down below so that you can get to it easier. Because as we all know, if you spell anything wrong on Etsy, you'll never find it. So these are just card, you know, cards that I got like at, I think I might have got these at Target at their dollar spot or something. They were like $2, so they're just, you know, the already pre-made cards. And then this is paper that I've had for a really long time, and it's a scrap. And it's Kaleidoscope, but it's so old I doubt you'd ever find anything like that again. But that's what it is, if anybody wants to know. And sorry my light's weird. I'm in my craft room, and at this time of the day it's just like sun comes in, but it doesn't seem like it because it looks really dark on the camera. And I do have my little light on, which definitely helps a ton. But the light's just super strange in here in the afternoon, so but a lot of times that's the only time I can film. And everybody's at work and school and stuff. So yeah, I was super happy for my niece. Sorry, I keep going back to that. I was just thinking about it. They've been together for a while, and it was good to hear that they were going to get married. They both got good jobs and all that, so they're on their way, which is nice. Not have to worry about, you know, where they're going to live and all that because they're already established. She asked my daughter to be one of her bridesmaids, so that's really awesome. My daughter's excited about that. They're really a lot like sisters because Bailey and my sister stayed here with us for a bit, and so that was until they found a place to live when they moved here. So that was kind of fun. I got to see each other every day for quite a while. I love these art dolls. They're it's just super fun to be able to make them out of all different parts. Like there's a lot that you can find that are already done, like paper dolls that are already done, and you change their clothes, but I really like these kind where they have multiple heads and multiple hats and skirts and whatever. I don't know. It's just a lot of fun to use these. And then I don't know if you remember or saw it, but my friend Denise sent me Happy Mail the other day, and she sent these mini little cupcake holders. And so, or the, you know, the papers from cupcakes. So I just folded one in half, and that's going to be like the skirt for my art doll. And then I chose the little legs. So I'm going to ink those. And these are just the ones with the ballet shoes and tights. So she doesn't have the top part, but that's what the skirt's for. So that'll be good. Sorry I didn't get all these inked. And then this is from that same, the art dolls. Those are roughly pink. It's funny. Yeah, with Valentine's Day coming, and I've got people's birthdays. February's kind of a busy month for us. We've got lots of birthdays and things in our family, so just thought I'd make up some fun cards for, I can use them for, you know, whatever. Alright, and then her head. And I kind of like how the heads seem a little bit big for the bodies and stuff like that. I just think that's kind of the fun of an art doll, as opposed to a paper doll where everything is perfectly sized, which obviously is nice if, you know, that's what you're looking for. But sometimes it's fun to have the more whimsical side of it. So that's why I really like the art dolls. And like I said, I will put her link below. And I'm going to put the, Denise's link below too, because if you saw that Happy Mail that she sent the other day, she's got all kinds of cool avocado dyed paper and stuff, and she just opened an Etsy shop, so I was very happy that she did that because she's just got neat fabrics, and she does those what are they called, snippet rolls, you know, with all the fabric snips, and so I think those are super fun, and she does a really good job on them. So she's got those in there. In fact, I just bought one today. So yeah, it's just fun stuff. But these little cupcake holders, I like things like this that are like not the norm, you know, that you can think of different things to do with. And I just kind of squished it a little bit there. And then I'm going to glue on her dress. And it's got the dummy neck on it, you know, for like if it was a mannequin. So you can glue the head on there a little bit easier than if it was just nothing there. otherwise it looks like it ends, you know, if it's just the dress or something. So I like the way they did that with the mannequin neck there. And so I'm going to try to hit it about there, like, oh, you know what I was going to do? I was going to put wings on her. What am I doing? Going out of order again, Amy. That's what I do. So excited. But if I wasn't ditzy, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, and there's all different wings in this paper doll set. And hats and different eyes, and I mean, you know, there's just all kinds of things. So it's just fun. And it's fun to make Valentines out of this kind of stuff, just for something different instead of just cutesy or whatever. It's just a different look. And these I'm probably going to have to put like about there because they're big. And I'm just putting glue here because I kind of want the bottoms to be loose. So yeah, if you want good avocado dyed paper, I would definitely go check out Denise's store because her avocado dye, like I've seen other avocado dye and it's just not very dark at all. And hers comes out really, like the way she does it, and she's done a video, so if you want to make your own too, she has showed, but it looks like a whole lot of work to me. So, but it just is nice and dark. It's a good pink. It's not too light. So I'm just going to put these right here like they're sticking out the bottom. And I want to put these funny little glasses or eyes on her. I mean, I like the way her face is now, but it's just fun to do some of these kind of things. That's the whole point. It's just a matter of getting them in the right spot. Because they're going to look weird no matter what, but I'm not sure how I want her head. I think there. And then I have this little pink flower I think I'm going to put in her hair. It's like her legs are too small. I don't know. I just love these. I think they're super fun. And I like that cupcake holder as her skirt. It's funny. So yeah, this style would be a whole lot different than the last one, but that's just kind of the way. I don't know, I guess maybe I'm strange like that, but... And I kind of want this not to be glued down because I want it to be able to have some of that dimension that just setting on the neck of that gives it. And put the pink flower in her hair. Over here. And then I have one of these that says Love Ya. And I just printed these off my computer, so you can do that. Or if you have some, you know, cool ones from like Tim Holtz, or if you have neat stamps or something like that, totally use whatever you've got. You don't have to have the same one that I did. It's just kind of fun. And then I have these other little flowers. Can't remember where I got these. I think it was Hobby Lobby. Kind of like this little one. I don't want it huge because I'm running out of room. Because like always I have to overdo it. Not even sure. I think I might have to trim that some more. The dilemmas with crafting, right? And I don't have my good cutters. Not up here. You know, I'm just going to use scissors because this thing's just going to mess it all up. That thing's really old and it's just not sharp anymore. I just need to... I just use my other one in the evening downstairs when everybody's watching TV, because I like to sit with everybody, but I can't just sit and watch TV. So I tend to craft while they all watch TV. which can be tricky, but this should fit better. Yep. So that way or that way? I don't think I'm going to be able to fit that flower. Will it fit up here? Nope. Maybe I should just go like so. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. Let's put a little bit right there. Make it kind of look like she's holding it in her hand right there. I'll put a little flower right there too. And these aren't sticky on the back, these flowers, they're just glittery, and they have little rhinestones on them. Some aren't glittery, they're just the plain. So that's kind of cute. And I like the way it's a little bit dimensional. And see, the wings aren't completely attached, so you can like curl them a little bit. Just to give them a little more dimension. Okay, so there's one, and I have one more. If you guys can tolerate me, if not, you can go do what you want to do. But yeah, so I have another one of the card backs, and I'm going to use those same paper art dolls again. Like I said, I just have stuff that I need to get done for gifts and whatnot, so I figured I would just turn on the camera. Hopefully you're working on something too, so that it's not quite as dull and boring. That's my clock downstairs, if you're wondering what that noise is. And this paper is Paper Studio that I got at Hobby Lobby. So it's just the checks, and it's plain white on the back. I really love that, and I haven't seen it the last couple times I've been in there, so probably don't have it anymore. I've used it for all kinds of stuff because it's just a great, you know, Halloween. It's good for like whimsy. It's just a good one for lots of stuff. This is going to go here. I kind of like the idea of these for Valentine's Day. I think I mentioned this, but just because it's not the norm. You know, it's just something different. Sometimes it's fun to do something different and get something different than what you see everywhere. Okay, and this is another one of those little cupcake things. That's a great part about making cards, because you send them out to different people so you can do similar stuff. And this I'm going to ink, and this is, it's like a little mint green suit topper, like the old kind of military style or something. She's like holding gloves and a cane. Tricky to ink in these. Sometimes I do the back, and I think I mentioned that the other day, because you can still get in this like side, but you don't get as much on the front. It gets on the back instead, so that it's not, you know, ruining your front picture. But then when you look at it, it's all inked, which is nice. That's there. And then I use these funny legs, and I think they're the legs that are supposed to go with the top that I used last time, because they're that same roughly pink. But I liked the way the shoes were the mint green. Just thought that was kind of fun. To match her shirt. Yeah, I wish more people on Etsy did these, or, you know, I wish I could. I have trouble with the size. That really is rough. I've tried to like make my own of these, and it's just tricky to get the size right. I mean, I know they're not supposed to be perfectly to scale or anything, but there's like a fine line between the whimsy and just looking not right. So That's the problem that I've discovered when I've tried to do stuff like that. So I'll put down this again. I gotta kind of figure out how far the legs. And I don't want to miss out on all that, so I think about right there. It's probably one of the trickiest parts, is just figuring out how to place everything so that it seems right dimensionally. Throw the legs on. I saw there was a challenge, and if I could remember who, I would tell you guys, but if you happen to run into it, this lady's having a challenge to make like not the norm for a Valentine's card. Like it can be black, or like whatever you want to do something different for a Valentine's card, and then you send it to her. I thought that was kind of cool. I might try to do that. I think she's going to be done like the 25th of February. She's like, I know that's after Valentine's, but she just wanted to make sure people had enough time. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it. I mean, I guess these would kind of work, but I kind of have other things in mind for these. And I'm just going to put that on there. I ended up getting glue everywhere. Sorry, all this tedious stuff is really boring. Alright, and then her head. This one, see, is a little bit different because she doesn't have a neck or anything. I mean, a little, but it's very little, so it's just going to be kind of tricky to get this placed. And another thing, I was thinking about using this hat, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to fit. Nope. So I think I'm just going to kind of lift it up there so her chin's kind of at that, and I'm tipping her head a little bit. Let's see if that kind of helps. And I thought about using that other hat too, but that's not going to work either. I wonder if I have that, if there's a shorter one. I think there was. See if I can find it real quick. I'd use a flower, but let me see if this other one will work. I just keep them in an envelope so that I can get to them easy. I don't know if this one's any better. And then I think I'd have to squish it too far down on her head. Oh, I did have a little tiny bow. I could do that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. And see, I didn't put glue, I just put glue kind of in the middle of her head. So it does bring her chin out away from her face, or away from her face, away from her body a little bit. It just makes it a little more realistic than if you really like glue them right down onto each other. Or right onto the background. And if you don't like the inking, you know, you don't have to do that. That's just the way I like stuff. But I know some people like it to look cleaner, so by all means. Alright, and maybe X's and O's. Yeah, I think I like that one. I'm going to trim off a little bit from the bottom. And again, I just printed these on my computer. Just on some thick cardstock so that they would stand up well. And I don't know what the weight is. I'm always amazed when people say the weight is this. I never know. I guess I could read the package, right? I always take all that stuff out and just put it away where all my paper goes, and then I don't have, you know, what it is anymore. Maybe this one can go up here higher, since it's sorry, thinking of which one of these I want. It's like there's like just not enough room. could do it like this more. Yeah, that's cute. Maybe I'll pop it up a little bit. And see, it's kind of fun because these stick out a little bit, so they kind of look like a skirt. Hugs and kisses. I'm going to cut this one a little bit because I don't want to see the square. I feel bad for people because they keep talking about, like, you know, in Washington, D.C. and all that, there's snow. And we just have had nothing. Like, it is the brightest, sunniest day out there. It's been really cold in the morning, like everything's frost, but I mean, compared to what we've usually got going on, this is crazy this year. I feel very fortunate because I know other people are digging and digging out snow. So there's another one. So kind of fun little things to do for Valentine's Day. I really like those art dolls. And then this is just a completely different style with the vintage. This is going to be more for a wedding, but it could definitely be like an anniversary card as well. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and oh my gosh, my light's horrible, isn't it? I didn't even realize how bad it had gotten because I didn't look up. So I hope you guys could see. Let me bring these. No, that doesn't help. Can you see? That was probably the worst video ever. Hope you guys got to see that. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye now.